Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. Well, last time we left off, where do we begin? We had change of monarchs times 2, I think, and we ended the session at war with the new king. Now it was a bit of a strange affair for me because, well, initially I joined the factions because I wanted Odo off the throne, and the two factions that I did join to change the succession law to seniority, thus giving the elder Henry of Flanders a chance to be on the throne should Odo perish, and also a direct faction to put Henry on the throne, I thought were the two most likely factions to do the job. However, when Odo perished and the new king came to power, the seniority succession law, from a personal standpoint, I don't like it. And therefore, when the faction was pressed, that was the reason for my hesitation to join the war, because seniority succession, it just breeds short reigns. I mean, old men on the throne, they're not going to last too long, and it's just going to breed a whole host of short reigns for the future of England. And personally, I don't think that's good. But looking back and thinking about it from my ruler's point of view, Duke Ambrose, who's ambitious, whose sole aim is to better and further his own land for the family. When the new king came to power, the factions that he was currently in was still a good bet. They had good backing, and ultimately his goal is to lower the crown authority. And I'm told that if the factions that we press are successful, the crown authority of England is lowered. And that is success as far as George is concerned. It weakens the crown's grip on the land and gives him a much better chance of being able to push for lands within England when the crown authority reaches, I think it's low crown authority or autonomous vassals. So although from a personal standpoint my mind was saying this is bad, from a gameplay perspective, especially from the RP elements, it's good. So we're going to join this war, not because we want to see seniority succession, but simply because we want to undermine the king wherever possible. And, well, he hates our guts, because we're obviously at war now, and also we have a negative 17. It's not massive hate, but we don't like the man. So we're going to join this war, and we're going to prove to the rest of England that we are not a family to be trifled with. Our goal is to be the driving force behind our victory here, because if we're not victorious, we face the embarrassment of having Duke Ambrose be the first Fleming to have lands revoked, and that is something that he does not want to be remembered for in history. So we're going to do our best to ensure that we are victorious. Also, we had a little problem over here. A rebellion cropped up, and also we had Earl Zachariah do a couple of things. First of all, I missed the first act of deceitfulness that he tried and succeeded with, and that was he actually had my spy master murdered. I did remember that our spy master got murdered, but I didn't pay attention to who actually plotted against him. It was this man. And they're not content with just killing my spy master. He moved himself into a plot to have me executed, murdered, whatever you want to put it. And therefore, this man is getting far too scheming and far too dangerous. And therefore, we need to dish out some swift justice. Duke Ambrose is about to quit with this dithering and soft side and harden up. Now is the time for him to make an impression. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to ensure that Earl Zachariah pays a price. We're not going to have him killed. We don't hate him, although he doesn't like us, and he's still family. But we cannot allow him to continue his affairs, especially not as a count or an earl within our lands. He has far too much power. So, we are going to banish. Yes, my vassals will not like it, but they can lump it. We get 113 gold pieces from his coffers, which will go towards our war effort, which is perfect. And as he will be banished from our lands, I'm assuming automatically his titles will be stripped. Which it says here, his titles will be confiscated. But that is the price that one must pay for plotting against the leader of the family. So, goodbye. I become Earl of Desmond, which we have to give away to somebody else now. But for the time being, I think it's actually, if I go to the military tab here, it's actually a good thing that I am currently the personal holder of Desmond. Because whilst I'm the personal holder, when I raise the levies, I get a larger proportion than if I install a vassal here. Although we get a domain penalty, just until I've raised my levies, I shall remain in charge. When I have raised the levies, I will then install a new earl. It's a little bit of a sneaky way of doing it, but it's going to be beneficial in the long run. It gives me an extra 500 men to my personal levy size. So let us commence the session proper and see if we can have a positive impact on this war. We need to move swiftly, and we need to move now. Come on. So we're going to raise the local liege levies. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to leave Earl Sylvester of Thomond. I'm not going to touch his levies here because he's currently struggling with some rebels. We're not going to personally see the rebels down with our own armies. We're going to just leave them festering for now, and I'm sure he will raise his troops when necessary to try and quell it, but this is the least of my worries right now, so we're going to leave them be. Instead, we're just going to raise all the personal levies, all the vassals' levies from the area. We are also going to bring forth the mercenaries. We really need powerhouse right now. I'm going to raise the levies here, and I think that's all of them. So we're going to move swiftly. Now the battle plan I've got in mind is with the first wave of attack of troops, I'm going to try my best to weaken England's forces. Once England's forces have been weakened, I will see how many I have left, and then if not enough, I shall raise a second lot of levies to start the mopping up procedure. Five, 8. Is that enough? Not quite. Right, okay. This is a right farce. Okay. Whatever. Right. So we have the boats ready. Gonna merge them together. 821 men. We're gonna merge the armies together before we start appointing leaders. So we're gonna have him move. These guys are gonna have to move to their respective ships. Once, okay. Just bear with me a second. I'm losing it here. I'm losing the plot. I'm losing it. Okay. They're going there, that's fine. Oh, for God's sake, what have I done here? What am I doing? It's the first few minutes of the session. My brain is not working here today. We'll keep moving. Are these guys moving to the boats? Yeah, they're moving, alright. It's 903 men. And then we'll then have... These guys have to move. Whoa, what's on these ships? 25 English ships there. We're going a slightly long way around, whilst the English forces continue to batter our allies' lands. Right, come on. Are we almost done now? Right, lovely. Okay, so I want to take control of an army, but as I say, what I want to do first of all is merge all the troops together. Take stock of what we've got, and then take it from there. So England have 5,962 men, which is a very powerful army size here, and it looks like Flanders is winning the battle down here, so we got the upper hand in Flanders, which is good. Right, so now that I have the forces pretty much merged and raring to go, Ambrose automatically takes the helm of the army, and we're ready for blastoff. Now, it looks like the English fleet is arriving on Dogger Bank. I don't know where this is planning to go. Maybe he's planning to head to Flanders to assist here, where they are struggling at the moment. And if that is the case, then we really should send our troops down there to intercept. So we're just gonna... We don't have enough... Do we have enough boats to do that? 25 is enough for 2,500 men. We might need to raise more boats. 29. All these boats have been raised already. How many can these guys... Oh, these guys are in war, but... Can they raise anything? How many can they raise? 8 ships, another 800 men there. We might just be able to do it. So we'll take the ships down, and if we need to, we can always raise mercenary ships, I believe. 100 boats, and then we can dismiss them pretty quickly if we need to. Alright. So that's 35 ships. Yep, he's definitely going down towards Flanders here. Flanders need our assistance, and they need it now. $35, that'll be 43. We're still terribly short. How much is it to raise? 90 gold pieces to raise some ships. It's a lot of money. We could do it in 2 trips. We could send 2 armies down and 1 army separate. That's 2004. Where's the mercenary band? Lombard band. I think if we take those out separate. Take the mercenaries down first. And do it in 2 trips. Okay. Of course, I am assuming that's where England will be going with their forces. Yep. 6,766 men. Wow. Yep. We need to move swiftly. Right. The boats are ready. So we're going to drop off the first 2,400. What are you messing about with here?